Hello again. I am Caner. I am with you with another video. Guys, today we are gonna talk about an amazing topic. We are gonna talk about how you can convert your foreign pilot license into FAA equivalent. So, if you hold a foreign ATPL, airline transport pilot license, you can convert this license into FAA equivalent, which is FAA ATP, airline transport pilot license. So basically, today we are gonna talk about 8 steps that you need to do to convert your license into FAA equivalent one. And as you all know, there are actually 3 types of license in the world. One, EASA, the second one is FAA, and the third one is JAA. So basically the other countries, ICAO countries. So EASA is basically for European Union, the other country is ICAO, and FAA is United States. So these 3 widely known licenses valid all around the world. So I have EASA 777 ATPL, and also I have Turkey and Turkey with an in name, and UAE ATPL. Now I got my FAA ATPL. Alright, I will be giving links everywhere, so you can click on them. You want to navigate through them. You can pause this video and you can always refer back, or you can move it further or backward to find the necessary information. And I will be adding chapters down so you can easily navigate through the video. And I'm gonna try to talk fast because there are a lot to tell in this video. We are gonna describe this phase in 8 different steps. The first step, get visa. Yeah, if you have to get the visa to visit the United States, that's what you need to do. So depending on the country where you are from, you might need to apply a visa, and it takes time. And especially after COVID, they are lagging lots of months behind. So basically, once you apply, you can get the visa interview maybe another year. So this is the most important step. Apply to a visa as soon as possible. You can get B1, B2, G1, M1, or if you are coming from a country that you have a special visa waiver program like ESTA, you can come to US without a visa. Once you get your visa, the second most important step, try to find a flight training organization where you can have your ATP-CTP course and type rating. This is extremely important, guys, because most of the flight schools, you need to apply like maybe 5-6 months before to secure a slot because they're full. Everyone wants to have it, and the applications are coming not only in the US but also coming all around the world. So for that reason, you might need to apply for the ATP-CTP course or type rating 5-6 months in advance. ATP-CTP course stands for Airline Transport Pilot Certification Training Program. That's the course you have to have in order to get an FAA license. Alright guys, I will give my example now. I didn't need a visa, right? I had a green card. For you, if you need a visa, you will do it. And then you need to find a flight training school for ATP-CTP course. Then I found Pan Am Academy. I will drop a link down there so you can go their website and you can check.
This is my very first day. I'll take my ATP-CTP course in Pan Am Academy in Miami, next to the airport. So I just booked a hotel next to the airport. I didn't want to, drive each day 2 ways because traffic sometimes in Miami can get really dense. And they have free shuttle to Pan Am, so good for me. I don't need to drive, and the hotel also includes breakfast.
There are a couple of reasons why I chose this flight training organization. First of all, they were the cheapest the moment that I was looking for it, and they offered me course where I can join like a couple of months later. So that was the basic things. And their flight training center is in Miami. I wanted to go to Miami because I love Miami. I've been there a lot, and I wanted to mix vacation and studying at the same time.
Now I'm in front of the building, Pan Am Flight Academy. As you can see behind Miami International Airport, you can see here American Airlines hangar, and this is the building. Because of the sun, I cannot look at the camera properly. Yeah, this is the place where I'm gonna live almost for 5 days, because each day we're gonna be here 9 hours, 10 hours. It's an intense program. You have to be there, I believe, 32 hours during this training period. All right, I'm really excited.
You don't have to go the same flight training academy as me. There are a bunch of flight training organizations in Miami, many of them all around the US, so you can just go any of them. At the end of the day, you all get the same certificate. It's not important where you are gonna go. Maybe you have some relatives, so you can stay with them, so you can choose the flight training school next to their home. So it's up to you guys. For that reason, you need to choose whatever suits you well. And for the documents wise, for ATP-CTP course, actually there's not much needed. You need to submit your passport copy, you need to submit your visa, then you need to submit your original pilot license, then you need to get the pilot verification letter. I will be talking about the next steps. TSA Clearance, I will be reviewing this as well, and logbook copy. When you apply for a company and when you secure a slot, they will send the required documents to you. So you don't need to memorize these documents. The third step is to get the foreign license verification. Guys, this is a two-step process. First, you need to go and create a profile in FAA Acarbay website. I'll drop down a link to here, so you can click on that, or you can type into your browser and you can go through this website and you can be a member of this website. The second part of this process is to go your civil aviation authority where you want to have your original pilot license and request a foreign license verification process for United States. It's very easy, straightforward procedure. All right, now I will put two pictures in that frame, so I will be talking behind this frame, so you will get the rough idea about it. Alright, when you click the Acarbay link, this is the web page you will be seeing, guys. On the right hand side, there's a username and password, and I highlighted register if you can see here. Don't worry, if you don't know how to make it, your flight training organization will send a detailed PDF or presentation how you can fill up these forms and you get a membership. Basically, when you click register and you follow all the necessary steps, you will be creating an Acarbay account. In that account, you will get an FTN number, FTN, and this number will be needed throughout your process. You don't need to spend any money for that. It's absolutely free, and once you get this account, then you can initiate foreign pilot license verification. When you get a membership, pretty much this is the web page that you have to see. As you can see, I blocked out my FTN number. You will get a unique FTN number in that web page, and this is somehow it will be your identity number. So all of your personal information will be matching with this FTN number. Okay, long story short, once you get this page, you have to click Start Foreign License Verification Process. This is also very easy. Once you click, there will be a couple of pages, then you have to file your application. It's very easy. You can complete this application in a couple of minutes. But don't forget, in some countries, you have to pay your own civil aviation authority. Therefore, if you are coming from one of those countries, please go and refer back to your own national rules. For instance, if I need to get a license verification from Turkey, it's absolutely free and it's valid for 6 months. But in UAE, I have to pay. Once I submit this application, if I don't do anything, then I cannot get any verification because I have to go back to UAE Civil Aviation, in that case Dubai Civil Aviation Authority webpage. Then I need to ask for a license verification application, then I have to pay 200 dirhams for that. So review your own country's rules. And FAA is very good at it, so actually they did it for you guys. Once you choose your country of origin, then they will tell you if you need a further verification process for that or not. Once you apply the Start Foreign License Verification process, you can see the process throughout that. As you can see from this picture, I got foreign verification twice and all of them are expired. So basically you can keep track of your application and the status in this web page, and it will take approximately 1 month. So you should consider this verification in detail, because during this training, your license verification should be valid. So whenever you have your course, I would strongly recommend 1 month before your course start day, you should apply for this foreign license verification. And anytime after 20-25 days, if you still don't get any verification, and I will drop down an email, now it should be in the screen, you can send an email to this email address to ask the status of your license verification and ask them to priority because your course will start soon. Step number 4, obtain your TSA clearance. TSA clearance is very straightforward. The link is down here. You need to upload a couple of documents to this web page and you need to pay the fee. But don't forget, I'm assuming that you have fingerprints in US system. So if you don't have any registered fingerprints, then you have to go and submit your fingerprints so that they can make a security check for you. But if you applied for a visa, most probably you had given your fingerprints, so it shouldn't be any problem. Alright guys, that being said, each clearance will cost you $130. So during this time, actually you will have 2 separate trainings, ATP-CTP course followed by type rating. So you have to apply 2 separate TSA clearance, one for ATP-CTP course, one for type rating. Each of them will cost you $130. So they say that it might take up to a month to get your TSA clearance, but in my case I got it literally within 3-4 days. So basically it's also a step-by-step procedure. Once you submit, then your flight training school will approve your application in this web page. Then TSA will start your background check. You cannot start your training without TSA clearance because this is very important. I still recommend you to start your TSA clearance 1 month before your actual training starts, because give some room for TSA. Now I put all the formalities aside. Now I'm gonna talk about the 5th step. Now I'm assuming you have 1 month to start your initial training, which is ATP-CTP course. Now it's time for you to start memorizing the questions. Yes guys, once you finish your ATP-CTP course, you will go to an ATM exam. In that exam, you will be asked 125 questions and you will have 4 hours. But don't forget, this ATP-CTP course is not preparing you for this exam. You have to somehow deal with this question on your own. They assume that in some particular time frame you have studied for that. And my strong advice for you guys, please do not study for these topics. Just memorize these questions. I am talking to you as a PhD holder in aviation. I am talking to you as an 8-year pilot. I am talking to you as an engineering degree holder. Please do not try to invent the world again, okay? Just memorize these questions. This system sucks all around the world, and don't bother yourself to get study. I always seen pilot, they're trying to, oh, I want to know the knowledge, this is absolutely bullshit. Because you will most of the time forget. You don't use most of this information in real line operation. Whatever you will be needed, you will use it either way. So do not try to study, just memorize. Alright, now we are gonna talk how you are gonna get ready for this exam. It's very easy. I follow that, everyone follows this as well. So you will have 100% pass rate. I'm dropping down a link. You should definitely visit this website, Shepherd Air. These guys are really amazing. You're paying them $85 and you get an access to all questions database. So basically, this is an app where you can download and study all the questions. So you cannot download directly, you have to call the phone number. When you click this website and you go through their webpage, you can find their number and you can download this app. I strongly recommend you to download this app 1 month before your ATP-CTP course start. And then they have an amazing scientific tool that showing you how you can memorize the question. You should follow definitely their strategy. It will be more than enough for you a month, guys. And also, I strongly recommend you to download them in a portable device. Do not download it your, MacBook or your desktop or your laptop. So while you are going to layovers, it's very good to have it on your iPad or tablet. So you can, if you have time during flight, you can review the questions. If you have time in layover, you can review it. It's extremely important to have an iPad or tablet with you, because once you register a device, you cannot register this app into another one. So basically, if you do it in your laptop, you have to study during all these questions from your laptop. Otherwise, you have to pay another $85. So in order to avoid that problem, please download it in your portable device. That being said, 1 month will be more than enough. Again, follow this link, it's still there down, and you can get the details. It's amazing. They guarantee you will pass the exam. If you don't pass, they will refund your money back. And please do not fail, okay? $85 is nothing compared to failing this exam. And if you ever try to apply one of the US companies, and I don't want you to feel embarrassed in front of them, because no one is failing this exam, and I don't want you to fail too. Give yourself a month and start studying this question.
Guys, I came here not prepared because I had really I was busy. Because of that, I couldn't memorize the questions in advance. I tried to have a look at it a little bit, but I would strongly recommend you to memorize the questions before coming here, because now I have 7 days and I have 1,000 questions to be memorized, and the passing grade here is 70. So you need to get more than 70. Some people can memorize easily, some people cannot. Me, I cannot memorize easily things. I don't have this fast memory, but I will try my best. So that's my recommendation for you guys, to come here prepared. And it's like between hotel to training facility is like 5 to 10 minutes, which is good. So what I'm planning, after coming here, to memorize as many questions as possible in a shortest time frame.
6th step, join your ATP-CTP course. It's finally time to move to US. So guys, you finished everything, you complete the procedure, you download the app, you start memorizing the question, now you are in the US. But before that, always consider booking your hotel and booking your flight tickets in advance. Guys, hotel is extremely important because no-hotel prices are expensive. Please try to talk your flight training organization if they have special agreement with the hotels. In that case, Pan Am had special agreement with the hotels nearby, so I had really good price. If I made my booking through the booking.com, I would pay way more. And most of the time, if you choose a nearby hotel, they even have shuttle. So you don't need to rent a car, you don't need to spend money to commute between the hotel and the flight training organization. So this is extremely important. In order to save some money and time, please consult the training organization if they have any pre-arranged hotel options for you. Alright guys, you came to the US, now it's time for ATP-CTP course.
I finished my ATP-CTP course finally. It was an intense week for me. To be honest, if you are an airline pilot, which means that you got this training before, so it's nothing new, you can learn from that. It's nice, you see lots of different accidents, CRM lessons. It's good to know, but most probably you already know all of these things.
Unfortunately, ATP-CTP course is for airline pilot is waste of time, because it's very good if you are not experienced. If you are gonna be an airline pilot, it's really good design course. But if you're in the airline industry for more than 6-7 years, guys, it's nothing you can learn new from it. But it's a requirement, we have to do it. You cannot escape from it. It's 5 to 7 day course, and during that time frame, really you are being taught presented to some information about jet performance, high altitude stalls, weather information, system, also FAA related rules and regulation. Actually, this is the most important thing for us. This is I think the most beneficial part of this training, because FAA rules somehow is different than the ICAO rules for some set of rules. For that reason, for you, it's easy to adapt those new procedures procedures and rules during this time period, because you know, me, for instance, I always struggle to convert the feet to meters, Fahrenheit to centigrade degrees. So this kind of things, and plus there are some certain different rules in the US where you cannot apply them to worldwide. So this is really important. And after this theoretical knowledge, you will have 2 simulator sessions. Don't worry guys, you can get a simulator in the airplane that you don't fly, but there is no failing on the simulators and they're very easy. So you can get 7.3, 320, 7.6, you can even get 7.4 depending on the flight training organization simulators. So basically it's fun, you learn some high altitude stall, you do some practice maneuvers, it's very easy and very nice environment. I love flying in the US, to be honest. Examiners and instructors, they're all perfect, and this is how it should be in the world. But every time a pilot's mind should be in training focused, because our duty in the simulator to show proficiency, but as well as to learn new things and techniques. We should get maximum benefit out of it. Alright guys, once you finish your simulator, after the last simulator, instructor sign your certificate and handed it to you. So you have ATP-CTP graduation certificate. This certificate is very important for the next step. By the way, before going there, I would like to tell how much I paid for this course. I took this course in August 2022 and I paid to Pan Am $3,495. So it's like $3,500 almost, and it was the cheapest, and the course was structured very well, and I saved lots of money for the hotel bookings as well. Alright, you finish your ATP-CTP course, you got your graduation certificate. Next step is to go to a ATM exam center to finish your ATM exam. So basically, to go that, you have to book a slot for your exam. So how you can do is pretty straightforward. Your flight training organization will always send you a reference material for that. It's very easy. The link is here. Alright, once you click this link, you can choose your state, city, and then all exam centers will be listed there. So, but do not forget, do not make the mistake that I already made, alright? Please book a slot after your final schedule released for ATP-CTP. Once you get your final ATP-CTP schedule, then immediately book an exam. You can give 1 day after that, because you know you should give at least some certain time frame, because in case of simulator breaks down and you cannot finish your simulator, then you cannot get your graduation certificate. If you cannot get graduation certificate, you cannot go to the exam center. So for that, it's extremely important to have at least 1 day buffer for them to reschedule you to the simulator. Alright, once you get your graduation certificate, as I told you, you can go to the exam. So it's always nice to book in advance. I am telling you because I waited until 3-4 days left, and the exam center, which is really close to the flight training organization, literally 5 minutes walking distance away, was already full. So I didn't have any option but the one that I had to drive 1 hour 30 minutes. For that reason, I had to rent a car and I had to continue my, spendings on that.
I just arrived. It's time for me to go to exam. I don't think that it's gonna be that difficult, At the end of the day, as a pilot, we take many exams in our life. So in this app, I got maximum 92. So let's see what am I gonna get in the real exam. Beforehand, I will say that, okay, 99% I will pass this exam, but I'm not sure about my grading, because only you need to get 70 or more, to be qualified as passed. So yeah, let's see. Wow, I love this US style, guys. Look. Our gas. The airplane was there, the refueling, and nice, beautiful planes. I don't want to get closer, but those are the planes, because I cannot pass through there. And the airplanes are in the traffic pattern, and this is the place where I take my exam. Yeah, that's it. It's a little bit windy and it's gonna rain soon. You can see from the clouds. Now I'm gonna take exam. For the exam, I need to drop everything in the car and let's see what's gonna happen.
you have to pay $175 for this exam. All right, once you paid $175, and then once you get your graduate certificate, now you can go to the exam.
I finished the exam. I got 98. I just missed 2 questions out of 125. A good result. I mean, if you prepare the exam with Shepherd Air, there is no way that you will, fail this exam, because everyone is preparing from there and they're very good at it. Yeah, guys, that was really nice. Exam, they give you 3 hours, but at the end of the day, I'm done in 30 minutes. So I spent another 15 minutes to check the questions again. And that's it. That was really easy. Not a big deal, because in ESA I had to memorize 12,000 questions. And here the only challenging part for me, I had only 5 days. So I had to memorize around 1,000 questions in the 5 days. But if you follow the strategy that they tell you in Shepherd Air, there is no way to fail.
All right, guys, that completes the 7th step. All right, now there is one more step missing. Actually, this is the big part of the FAA ATP conversion progress. But I want to say something. After this 7th step, you can pause. Once you get your graduation certificate, you can come another time for your type rating. You have literally 60 months to finish your type rating, because this exam is valid for 60 months. All right, you can go your home and come back for type rating, short type rating, accelerated type rating, whatever option you will go for it. But what I recommend you, I strongly recommend you to finish everything at once, so you can minimize the spending. Otherwise, you might need to reapply for visa and everything. It's really good to avoid these kind of things. So what I recommend, after this step, pause a little bit, just a little bit, literally a couple of hours, go and find a medical center where you can issue your FAA Class 1 medical. I strongly recommend you to file and obtain your FAA Class 1 medical, because in US there are 2 things. It's extremely cheap, it's extremely easy to get it. For instance, I spent $75, and here in Dubai they're asking 1,000 dirhams for the same certificate. So for that reason, once you are there, I strongly recommend you to get FAA medical as well. And now we are ready for the 2nd phase of the training, which is the 8th step. This is the last step. The 8th step is type rating. Yes, guys, type rating is very important, but unfortunately, I cannot give much information about it. I will only refer back to my information. Yeah, by the way, I have a naughty here. She is trying to be naughty while I am recording a video. All right, Rio? No. I cannot get rid of it, huh? Hi, Rio. No. Okay, I'll continue. If she destroys everything, I'll pause the video. All right, guys, the 8th step is the type rating, right? Type rating depends on your previous experience. Type rating depends on what kind of information and type rating you would like to get. So for me, I wanted to have 777 because I'm flying 777, which means that I have more than 1,500 hours on 777. It's going to be a short course. I'm not going to spend that much time to get and obtain new type rating. This is extremely important. And in my case, I chose Flight Training International. Their website is here. You can refer back them. Please arrange your type rating school as usual, as I told you before, for 5 months in advance. Otherwise, they will always tell you we are busy, we are booked, overbooked, you cannot book. So give yourself a space so you can complete everything in the next 5-6 months. I had 2 options to have 777 short course, either in Miami or in Denver. The one in Miami was expensive, more expensive than the Denver, and I've been in Miami a lot, but I've never been in Denver, so I chose to go to Denver because that was gonna be the first experience for me. And in Denver, they're using United Airlines Flight Training Center for the simulator rides. So I wanted to see how is it like to see the world's largest and the biggest simulator center. It was amazing. I went there. Hello from the 2nd phase of the training. I came here 2 days ago
and I did nothing on the first day, but yesterday I had to study for the ground school, which is gonna take place today, and the simulators. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm about to finish the training. Not today, it's gonna be long day in class training. We are gonna review 777 systems. Actually, it's good for me because I'm also reviewing everything. So it's like, my simulator is coming up, so it's good practices for me. And today is gonna be a whole day in the classroom, and tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, we are gonna have simulators. Then then I'm gonna be done.
I will put the whole price list here because it's very variable, guys. Because if you are a single, if you are a partner next to you, if you want to do it in Miami or Denver, or you want to have your ATP with or without type rating. This flight training organization is the only organization in the US where they have a right to issue your FAA license without any type rating. You will have FAA ATP with multi-engine land and English proficient qualifications without any type rating. This is the only place they have a right to issue this license. And if you want to go for this option, it will be an extremely cheap for you compared to the other places. Here is your full list of the prices, but don't forget, these prices are August 2022. It might fluctuate a little bit up or down depending on the promotion or the inflation. All right, guys, for me, I didn't care about the price. I paid $3,000 more and I had 777 type rating. For my personal experience, I wanted to have 777 rating in my FAA license because in FAA licenses, ratings are not expiring. Unlike EASA, where you don't renew your license, they delete this type rating. In FAA, you always keep your FAA license. Literally after 30 years, you can see each airplanes that you have flown in your FAA license. That being said, guys, I went to Denver. That was amazing 3-day for me. Let me give you a quick update about my status. Now I'm in Denver. I started my second phase of the training, in-flight training international. They're really good. They're helping me a lot. And I just finished my ground school training. It was a 1-day course. So I was the only student. So it's like a private course. But the guy who instruct me, he is really knowledgeable guy, around 70 years old, maybe 75. And now I'm gonna go to simulator today, and there will be 2 sessions, actually 2 hours each, so it's gonna be 2 sessions, but it's gonna be a 4-hour simulator for me. And tomorrow, hopefully, I'll be going check. I got 95% from the written test, technical knowledge, and then now I'll be going to simulator tonight. If my instructor likes the way that I'm flying, and if he feels that I'm competent enough for the check, he will be sending me to the check, and the next day I'll be having my check. And if I pass this check, I'll have my FAA temporary license. In FAA check, right, in the FAA world, guys, you have an oral exam. In the rest of the world, you cannot find it. So before the simulator check, an examiner checks your knowledge about the system and rules and regulation in the US. So for that reason, we started with the oral check. The examiner asked questions about 777 specific questions. Then he switched to questions about the United States. For instance, what's the rules for taking alternates? What should be the alternates, whether dispatch criteria, fuel requirements, this kind of basic questions. It's very easy progress, and also they send you online course which is 32 hours. You have to do it before you are reaching to Denver. So you have plenty of time to finish this training, but it takes time. You literally need to log 32 hours into the system. So guys, that's really it. After check right away, your examiner issues your FAA ATP. Literally, your license is given to you right away once you finish your check ride. This temporary license is valid until you get your original, like plastic FAA license. Until then, you print this temporary license, you sign it. This temporary license has privileges of everything that the original plastic certificate has. You can apply the jobs, you can use it for any reason. Now I have my FAA license, but it took 3 months. Once you file and submit IACRA application, you tell them which address you need to send. So if you send the US address, it takes like a couple of days to arrive once they send the license. But if you use foreign addresses, it might take longer than this. Guys, that being said, that concludes how to convert your foreign ATPL into FAA ATP. For type rating, I paid $8,401. So if I didn't want to have type 777 type rating in my license, I didn't need to pay that much. If I wanted to go FAA ATP license without type rating, all I needed to pay is $5,482. So I paid $3,000 more, but that was my choice. If you want to pay $3,000 less, you can do with this flight training school. And you can, as I always tell you, refer to this Flight Training International website and get some more details about it. Alright guys, now I'm gonna talk about the whole price. How much did it cost to me? I paid $260 for 2 TSA clearance. Each of them is $130, total $260. And then I paid $85 for Shepherd Air to memorize the questions. And then I had to go ATP-CTP course. For that reason, I paid $3,495. And after that, I had to join type rating. And for that course, I spent $8,401. Yeah, guys, don't forget, those are the things that I spent, but if you want to get a visa for that, you have to pay extra for this visa processing fee. And if you want to file your fingerprints separately, then you need to pay extra for that. And also, don't forget, you have to spend money for hotel, accommodation, and transportation to the US. And if you choose 2 different flight training organizations, you need to commute in between, maybe a plane or you're driving. You need to take into account these expenses as well. And of course, you're gonna eat and spend money for that as well. So I completed everything in 12 days. During this 12 days period, I did everything in a nice way, not fast. I always put buffer for that. So I strongly recommend you to plan at least 12 days to get your FAA license. It can depend between 10 to 15 days. If you plan them very wisely, you can compress this to 10 days. But don't forget, if there is some minor problems, your next step could be affected. Think of everything, all right? Put a buffer between the major events. For my journey, I spent total $12,416 US. I could save $3,000 if I didn't want to have type rating for that. And in 12 days, I spent that money. I would say total is $15,000, including your accommodation, food, renting car, all expenses. But after spending $15,000, I got this, guys. Yeah, this is the plastic which is costing you $15,000, but this is also enabling you many doors in the US, not only in the US, in the world, because it's extremely easy to get an FAA license and it's valid for worldwide, guys. One of the largest and biggest civil aviation authority in the world. They are ruling the world almost, and this is FAA. If you want to have a pilot license, it will cost you maximum $15,000 and you will always have a license. It's always good to have a backup plan in your life. This license is your backup plan in your life. So if you have a time of 2 weeks to visit the United States, you can take your family, you can take your loved ones, they can travel around the city, and half day you can spend your time and the rest of the day you can join them. Why not? Why not in a US vacation? To have a nice and decent pilot license, guys. This is my recommendation. If you really want to have one, those are the steps you have to follow. I just put each steps again. You can pause and check the web page and the steps, and you can always refer back to them. That being said, this concludes our video about how you can convert your foreign ATPL into FAA ATP. I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you liked it. And now it's your turn. Please go ahead, like my video, subscribe my channel, and hit the bell button to get the notifications for the new videos. Alright guys, see you in the next videos. Bye bye.